Hola y bienvenidos a Deuces Wild with Will the fucking Thrill and Trey. Trey, what's up, dude?
The Trey Man is in the house.
Yeah.
Bro. Hey, Trey, I
figured I'd wear this shirt for you guys. Big Mike's seen it before, but they made him up for the retirement game last year, and so I got him in gray, black, all kinds of colors. So I figured the Thrill could wear the Thrill shirt. So there you go.
Hey, Trey, I'm not sure if you're a tequila drinker. I know you like your Coors Lights. Or was it Budweiser's?
I drink Budweiser.
He's a Bud guy.
That's right. But no longer a Bud Light guy.
No, that is correct. That is correct. Anti-Bud Light guy.
On that note, don't worry about it because we're sponsored by 818 Tequila.
To kill ya!
And if you wonder how and why these great, fantastic shows are put together and how they're made, tequila is a main ingredient, I know, at least on my end.
That's right. That is correct. So we were just I was in the chat room. We were talking to everybody. Everybody's lit up today. They ready to go. And Luker, you were going to remind me. What were you going to remind me? Let me go back here.
I'm going to remind you of something because it's off the top of my head, and we were talking about right before we came on. But you actually said that the one ballpark that you have never homered in was Fenway Park, and then we just saw some nuke there. But you also, what would you say, had your highest batting average there?
Yeah. So I never went yard in Fenway as a pro. I did in college when I was on the Olympic team. But Fenway, even with Roger Clemens, Pedro, Martinez, all of those guys, Fenway was the ballpark away from home that I had my highest batting average.
That's crazy because
it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird,
You hit the ball so well to the opposite field.
But here was the thing. But when I hit the ball the other way, it was usually on the line. I didn't get it up. And so I got a lot of doubles there in Boston hitting the ball the other way. And then they wouldn't pitch me in. If they pitched me in, it was like way in because they didn't want me going around Pesky's pole down there.
Mm-hmm. So, Trey, check this shit out, man. I'm not kidding you. Like, my pop was undeniably and also unapologetically to the pool side. I could hit fucking nukes, man. I mean, light tower power, dude. But in one direction, right? So I was at Fenway, and I hit this ball, and this is a testament to what you were saying, Thrill. It must have been my highest exit velo I've ever had come off my bat. And this thing would literally started over the shortstop's head and was just like, if you were to ask me, let's just, I'm maybe aggressive with this, 115 plus on the exit velo, backspin, rising, all of it. And I hit this and it's just like, I mean, it's going 470 plus. Poink.
Top of the wall.
Oh, dude. I just lost I'm like, you got it.
And you would probably stand on second base going, what the hell?
It's bullshit, man. I got a real problem with whoever decided to put up that monster.
All right.
I know. Speaking of Fenway, we have a real doozy on TBS between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
6-6 tie?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go there, Trey.
Yeah.
We'll go there. Here we go.
Hey, what's the what's
there you go, Trey. Look at you. You're right on the screws.
Yeah.
Dude, they had an amazing game yesterday too that was ended with an Alex Verdugo walk-off home run. That was his third walk-off of the season. And they were saying
Verdugo?
that, yeah. And they were saying that they're like every other team, like they only have one, but Verdugo himself has 3.
Wow.
How many walk-offs did you have, Thrill?
A bunch.
I remember the one against Houston at home at Candlestick Park.
Yeah,
that's the one that sticks in my mind.
I mean, that was one, but I mean, we even talked about it, and I sent you video. I mean, I got Todd Worrell in back-to-back games of a doubleheader, both of them walk-offs. So there's 2 in one day. So
did you ever talk to Todd Worrell about that?
You know what? I played with his brother, and so I'd see Todd every now and then, and it's just, hey, look, it's one of them things. One of the things is a pitcher hitter thing, and you don't brag in front. Trey and I had that talk not too long ago. It's like, when you're a pro and you're around a guy, you don't ever say, hey, look, I owned you or you own me, or it's just, hey, you're a pro. It was that respect. And if you ever had a pro and he'd tell you, hey, I struck you out, and I was like, how many at bats I got off of you? And he said 1. I mean, he'd say shit like that, and I go, well, that's because I hadn't figured your ass out yet. Otherwise, I'd have owned you.
Yeah.
I mean, those kind of little banters that you get back and forth. Hey, one thing, you came in just a smidge late, but Luker and I think Linda was in here early. Battleborn was in here, and Luker wanted to talk about like tearing up the water cooler in the dugout, right? And so you and I have talked about this.
We got Jordan.
That's a major league pop-up.
Oh, jeez.
Jordan Alvarez reminds me of
Who?
Big Bird from Sesame Street, because
he's so big.
Yeah, but I used to have a book by the name of Big Bird at Bat, and Big Bird hits a ball that would break a record in exit velocity.
Okay.
And it went through the scoreboard.
Like the natural.
Yeah.
Dude, Trey, I remember that. That Big Bird at Bat. I mean, it's kind of a little foggy whether it was a book or it was part of the program. But yeah, Jordan Alvarez, that's a big fucking bird, man. I mean, he is.
Yeah.
He's that guy's living on a different level, right? When the ball leaves his bat, he's
okay. All right.
He's something different.
Dangerous at the plate, but he's dangerous on deck as well.
Yeah, watch it. So to go back to Luker's thing, so we've talked about this. We told this story before, but we're in Pittsburgh, and it's because it's AstroTurf, everything's on the same level, and so the dugout had a wall, and right behind the wall was the water cooler. And everybody and their grandma in the National League for the last 100 years has beat on that water cooler with something. And I give it the old strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, and I go back to the dugout, and there's the water cooler. And I just so happened to kick the hell out of it. And when I kicked it, the whole water cooler fell off the wall, and water spewing everywhere and all that. We got to turn the nozzles and cut the water off, right? And so anyway, so nobody really thought about it. Everybody's laughing and giggling, cutting up, and teasing the shit out of me. Like, hey, look, Babe Ruth hit on that water cooler, and you're the only one knocked it down, and it's crap like that. So the next time we come into Pittsburgh, I get into my locker, and there's a freaking bill sitting in my locker for like, I don't know, 400 and something bucks, and it said destruction of property, water cooler. For Pittsburgh. And I went up to the clubhouse guy, and I'm like, seriously, really? I said, everybody in the freaking National Leagues beat on this thing. They go, hey, look, they picked you out. And I go, okay. I said, I'll fix them. So I call the clubhouse kid over, and I'm like, hey, where's the nearest bank? He goes, right across the street. I go, okay. I said, do this. And it was $400 and whatever dollars. I don't know. So I gave him the $400, and then I tipped him $100. I said, look, this is what I want you to do. I said, I want you to take a dolly over there. I said, get the $400 and something dollars in pennies and bring it back here. He's like, seriously? And I'm like, yeah, seriously. So that's why I got you the dolly, you know? So sure enough, he goes across the street, he comes back, he's got all these freaking bags of freaking coins, right? And so I'm dying laughing, right? So I take the bill and I write on the bill, and the guy had his name on there, which was fantastic. And I forgot his name, but let's just call him Tom. I put on there, Tom, here's your fucking money for your water cooler that everybody in the fucking National League hit. See you later, one of those numbers. And I sent the kid up there with all of the pennies, and I said, make sure you put it right on his desk. And I never heard back from the Pittsburgh Pirates ever again about no friggin' water cooler.
That's great, dude. So no response from Tom.
Tom, big Tom. He had $400-something worth of pennies sitting on his fucking desk.
Oh, dude. You know what's funny? Because we've all had our moments, but it becomes, you have this rage, but I think, as you know, there's nothing worse than, say, punching out, and then you come into the dugout and you're so pissed and you throw your bat down, and not only, number one, it might like pop back into the thing and right back in your face. But the other one, even worse, is you throw the helmet, you try to throw it into the thing or whatever, and it ricochets off of the helmet rack and then smokes your teammate in the face.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Now, look, I've never had that happen to me. The bad thing, yeah, I mean, it actually happened a lot. The throwing the helmet, I was always really cautious. And a lot of times I would just take the helmet like this, and I'd squeeze it so tight that I would break the ear flap.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That was one. And then the other one was when I would get out and I'm on the field, I literally would rip my batting gloves off, but I would rip them off and shred them to pieces like this, and then go on out to my position. Dude, I had some epic blowouts, but nothing worse than when the time I popped up and went like this and slammed my bat on the ground and broke my bat, and part of the bat went into Miguel Olivo's eye, who was pitching. So if you remember, Miguel Olivo was one of the baddest motherfuckers in baseball.
He was Miguel.
Dude, he was a fucking psycho. He was a teammate of mine, and I was actually known as the Miguel Whisperer. So if somebody needed to get something or communicate with Miguel, I would go and I speak Spanish to him, and he loved me like, Burns, you my brother, man, you my hermano. So anyhow, Miguel, if it was anybody else, probably would have ripped their head off. But I came to bat, right after the next time, literally, like gave him a hug on the field. And I'm like, mi hermano, like, lo siento, papi. And he said the same thing that I just told you. Any other motherfucker, Bernstein, I would have ripped his head off. I'm like, dude, I said, bro, thank you. And you're all good. He actually had like a little scrape. And I honestly could tell you that was the last time I ever fucking threw anything. That was it. I just said, I'll never do this again. It was like the kid that, acts out, and then his actions. It's one thing if my actions hurt me, so to speak, but when it happens, your selfish actions, because you can't control your temper, then goes ahead and negatively affects or hurts somebody else.
So I got two stories. I just told Trey that. I got two stories that relate to that. Dusty Baker told most of us about, slamming the helmets and all that sort of stuff. And he said the greatest that's ever was Hank Aaron. He said Hank never slammed a helmet. He said he would come and he would sit down and he'd have his helmet with him, and he'd take his helmet off and he'd just like look like this. And the helmet's got holes in the top of it. And Dusty asked him one day, he said, Hank, I know you had a rough at bat and all that. And he said, you came back and you're looking through your helmet. He's like, what are you looking at? He goes, I'm just drawing a target on the guy that's going to take take the brunt of the abuse of my next at bat. And
love it.
I thought that was awesome. You know,
Yeah.
he's looking through like a peephole. That's first off. Second off, all right, you even talked about it. You know, there's just some great, I mean, historical snaps in the game. And we're in Texas, and Dean Palmer's just having a rough go of it, and he's 0 for 20, whatever, and he just looks like crap on this one at bat. And our bat rack was not in the dugout. It was in a little tunnel that was behind us, right? And
Yeah.
so all of a sudden you hear kaboom, kaboom, go, and he is just going to town. And I go, oh shit. And I ran around the back and he is just, I mean, he's just annihilating the bat rack. And I go, Dean, hang on. And he goes, what? And I said, hang on one second. And I grabbed my bats. I go, okay, start again. He goes, what? I go, I didn't want you to break my XX World Series gamers. You can break anybody else's bats. And I turned around and ran off.
Oh, dude.
and
he went back to whacking on it.
Hey, can I say one thing?
What?
You know, people don't become famous for displaying their anger. They become famous for doing good work.
That's right. Very good. But we're all psychos.
Yeah.
So one of the best ones that I saw at Thrill was Miguel Tejada, who he was notorious for using other people's bats. So he literally would go into the room, the bat room, where like Voos would have all of our bats. And, you know, it's 22 and all the 22 bats are stacked together. These are all my bats. And, you know, here's Giambi's bats and here's Chavi's bats and here's Ben Greaves' bats or whatever. Well, Tejada would be like, he's going to hit for a game. Like he may have never used this fucking bat in his life. And he'll go, bam, you know, here's Mark Ellis's bat, here's Chavi, here's Berger, and he brings it like 6, 7 of them down. He puts them in a corner. And so if he gets a hit with it, he sticks with it. And if he doesn't, he picks another one. Well, he was going through a little bit of a rough stretch. He makes it out, dude. He takes all of the bats like this. And I mean, it must have been like a bat from everybody on the team, walks over, goes above the dugout and gives them all away. It just, and all of us are like, yo, Miggy, those are your fucking bats, dude.
Oh, man.
To who?
Give away to the
To
fans.
the fans.
Give away his bats.
Yeah, he was giving other people's bats away.
Hey, you even brought up a name right there. It's amazing how we do this when we're sitting here talking. But you brought up Ben Grieve. How about him?
Oh my.
Yeah.
And guess what? His dad, Tom Grieve, was my general manager in Texas, and then went on to become one of our broadcasters.
This gets even better because Tom Grieve, his grandson, plays for our Let Them Play team.
Oh, really?
Tom comes out to all of our games. Well, I would say all of our games.
Oh, my God, what a small world, man.
Bro, Tom was out in Houston with us when we were there playing in the big super regional NIT, but his grandson lives in Texas. He's a fantastic pitcher, and he comes out to all our big tournaments, and he pitches for us, and it's just an incredible family. His sister, Ben's sister, Katie, a total sweetheart. She's married to like the #1 golf agent. It's an intriguing family, but just awesome people. I could sit there and talk with Tom. Like I want to, whether I adopt him as my dad or my grandfather, whatever you want to call it, but he is the most comforting, awesome conversation you could ever think about. Like he's that good. And that's why he was on TV for all those years, and he became known as Mr. Ranger, right?
Yeah. Hey, Carlos de la Fuente is in the house.
Carlos.
And he was talking about a big game against the Padres, and this was the game, believe it or not, this came up in conversation like 2 days ago. The game against Padres, it was a 4 for 5 jobby, and I had everything except a triple. and they bring in Mark Davis to face me, and he hangs a curveball, and I bang one off the fence, and the winning run's coming around from first base to score, and I stopped at second to watch the play at home plate, and he was safe. You know, we win the ball game, all that sort of stuff. And I was like, after the game, I was like, I kicked myself. I was like, all I had to do was trot to third base, and I got the goddamn cycle. I was like so pissed at myself.
Don't be.
Well, no, because I think they would have ended it, dude. I think you would have.
Well, I mean, if I was, but if I was on the way to third base and I was the majority of the way there, they'd have probably given it to me. Plus, on top of that, I knew the official scorekeeper really well out of fucking giving him a jab or two.
So, yeah, you know what's funny? I've done the exact same thing. So I had a couple, walk-off singles. And every time I had one, I always raced around to see if I could hit second base as quickly as possible, just in case they gave me a double.
You get a double out of it. I hear you.
Dude. And all of that shit counts, which is going to bring me to this next point here. I don't know if you saw it. I could show it to you, but I don't even really have to. You can just imagine. So Luis Robert of the Chicago White Sox hit a ground ball the other day, rollover job, swinging bunt. In my mind, as soon as he hit it, I'm like, dude, that's an infield knock, like easily. Pitcher comes off, gets hit, throws it over, and you see Roberts like this, just pull up. Boom, they get him. It was one of the most embarrassing things that I've seen on a baseball field. It was.
He pulled up because he thought he had it figured out and get out.
Bro, he pulled up because he said that he went hard the day before and his hamstrings were tight and he didn't want to hurt himself, was the excuse. But I get it, and I had hamstring issues before.
Right here.
Bro, I like, no one wants to hear that shit. And even if, no matter what, if you can't go 100%, come out, run an 80 and stick at 80, right? Like, he literally went out at 80 and ended at 30. It was one of the worst things I've seen from an effort perspective.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. If a dude's nursing an injury, and Trey and I have talked about this, if a dude's nursing an injury, he's not going to come out of the box like balls to the wall. He's gonna take that first step kind of ginger and just ease on down yonder,
But once you're going, right?
Yeah,
because it's the quick movements that get you.
That's right.
Build it. If anything, when my hamstring was bothering me and I still had it, like you said, you do it and you try to just build up into it and you hit your stride. But this was on a team that had lost 10 consecutive games. A manager pulls him out of the game. He benches him. And then he ends up, I guess, I think he might even sat him the next day. But it's just not a good look. And I have grace and empathy for a lot of things. And I will, even with this, if you come back and prove yourself. Javi Baez is a guy that seemingly has these lapses all the time. But this guy's good for baseball. He plays hard most of the time. It wasn't a question for me though, dude. Every time I was between the fucking lines, bro, there was only one way to go. You were the same way.
Well, and then here's the thing. All right. Okay. We're going to double team this. Oh, by the way, hello, Jonathan Knott. Glad you could join the chat room.
Hi, John.
Hey, Big John hit the highway. But look, we were always taught, and I was taught in high school, and then it definitely went to play in college with Ron Polk, was we ran everything out because we knew that a routine play, if we were running hard, no matter if you were the fastest guy or the slowest guy, if you are running hard from the get-go, you're going to put pressure on the defensive player to make the play clean and to get the throw over there on time. And I mean, I could tell you, if I could tell you one time, and you know it because you played the game the right way. I mean, you're going to have 10 or 15 over the course of the year where maybe you might get 5 knocks out of the 10 or 15 that are going to be borderlines,
I totally get what you're saying. If nothing else, you put pressure on the defense and force them to have to make the play. That's why I've always made the argument that you should just eliminate the air, because a lot of times, or you should have a whole stat that's called like forced errors by guys that are busting their ass down the line. So here we are, Giants bases loaded, Thrill. That's Wilmer Flores. It's going to be a ground out. He'll get the RBI. No, he won't, because there was 2 outs.
I can tell you one thing. That was just a routine whatever hopper, and shortstop sort of Cadillac'd it over there. Who was that? That was Pena.
Yeah, but Jeremy
You better
Pena.
throw the shit out of that ball instead of throwing that ball up the line to the first baseman like that.
The young stud, well, I think he was rookie of the year for the Houston Astros last year. We got Battleborn Mike or Luker. Go ahead and confirm that one.
And by the way, did you see where yesterday, the Giants-Astros game, did you see where Mauricio Dubon came back to haunt the Giants yesterday?
Yeah, dude, talk to me about that, because I don't know much about Dubon. I saw when he got to the big leagues. I followed him. He was exciting. He was electric, fast as shit, right? Like, I mean, he was always – I don't know enough about him as a player. I know he was disappointed with the Giants. He talked about it last night. And essentially, he said, hey, look, I'm getting an opportunity here that I didn't get in San Francisco. And Dusty Baker is the reason why. I felt like it was a shot at Kapler. Maybe I'm wrong, and because I'm not even sure if Kapler's making all these decisions, but it was to the point where Crudelli texted me earlier, and he goes, the dude and dudes would run through 3 brick walls for fucking Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
In Kapler's situation, most likely, like, that's not the same. And I don't know. I'm not part of the inner dynamics of the San Francisco Giants, but I could tell you as a manager, the one thing is that you got to have your players' backs, and you have to communicate with them. And going through it myself with the Bananas last year and the Let Them Play team, dude, it was the first time we only hit 11, and we had to sit 2 kids. And the one thing I wanted to do was be transparent with them. Like, look, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're trying to get you in, all that. Because I know as a player, I always really appreciated that when I was a bench player, and it was a role that you never really ever had to deal with.
Yeah. So let me address 2 things. First off, Carlos is on the chat room. He's doing all kinds of time right now. Carlos, in '87, when I finished 5th in the MVP voting, I did that hitting out of the number 7 slot in the lineup. So do the math on that one. That's first off. Second off, as far as Dubon goes, there's the old saying, not the sharpest tool in the shed. Kind of right there. He had all kinds of base running lapses.
I remember that.
I mean, he had some brain farts out there. He's a dynamite guy. I love him to death. He's a good dude, and he's a great player. But he kind of made a few too many mental mistakes to where he was kind of afforded to let go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, wasn't he a shortstop?
Shortstop, second base. And they even had him playing in the outfield, too.
So he's from Capital Christian High School in Sacramento.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I did know that. Because he told me that his dad was a big fan when I was playing. So I remember that he told me that.
And with all due respect to him, he's got 103 at bats. He's hitting .311 with no homers and a .731 OPS. So he's not exactly lighting it up, but he did have a hand in beating the Giants last night.
He was 3 for 5 with 2 ribbies, and that just shows you Dusty Baker. I mean, it just shows you how Dusty Baker and Bruce Bochy, old school, manage. They go with the hot hand. He was 3 for 5 last night in the leadoff spot. Where is he today? Right back in the leadoff spot. That's how the old schools do it. They don't do it, platooning and going with the numbers off of this guy and all that. No, the dude had a great night last night. Let him build on it, And that is part of the game that you and I have been talking about that needs to come back.
I couldn't agree more. I just could tell you that when I was hot, Thrill, I was fucking hot. I was for week periods of a time, like week. When I say week, I mean like one. I could be one of the best players in baseball, and then the next week I could be one of the shittiest. So that was the one thing that was really frustrating playing for the A's, was that I specifically remember, I think I might have told you about this before, but this is 2005. So, I got some good run in 2003, 2004. I hit 20 homers and, had a nice year. I get to 2005 and I'm platooning, and I'm on the wrong end of a platoon. Like, for whatever reason, they brought in some dudes. Bobby Kilty was there. So they were mixing and matching. So I was just out of the lineup a lot. And I finally got some good run in Boston. And I hit what would have been a game-winning homer off of Keith Falk. I faced Matt Clement, who was a dirty right-hander. I had 3 knocks off of him. There was a lot of really good shit happening. Come home, we faced the Yankees, a couple knocks off. I think it was Mussina or Kevin Brown the first night.
Oh,
I
man.
think it was Kevin Brown the first night.
Wow, Kevin Brown and Messina on the same team. Woo-hoo!
Yeah, no, dude, this was the Yankees. Like,
wow, that was no fun back then.
So then the second day was, I think it was Mussina, and I sat against Mussina, and I was fucking pissed. And it was just like, wait, hold on a second. So I had 2 knocks off of Kevin Brown. I had 3 knocks of Matt Clement. I took Keith Falk deep, that should have been a game winner, and then the Red Sox came back and scored in the bottom half of the inning. And then the next day I'm sitting. And that was my big argument with Billy Beane. I never would argue with Billy Beane unless I have ammo to go in there and argue with him, about. And that was my big thing, was just that when I'm hot, dude, ride with me, man. And when I suck, I get it. I could go into whatever role you need me to go into, and I'll help on the bases. I'll help on defense. But when I'm rolling, don't fuck with it. It makes it so much more difficult to play.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. I mean, unbelievable. Hey, we got a new dude in there. P Hull 68 want to know how duck season went. It was good for teal season. Big ducks were down. So there you go, big P Hull.
What season is it right now for Hunting Thrill?
It is baseball season. I have shifted gears. I am not in the hunting mode. I'm in the baseball mode. My man here, we're gonna go do a little bit of Richmond Flying Squirrels, baby.
Yeah.
We're gonna go see our man.
Trey's coming with you.
Trey's coming with me. Trey's gonna do some power shagging. We'll get in the cage a little bit. He's gonna be bat boy to the stars. Yeah, he's gonna take it all. And so AA. Remember we talked about this before. AA, they kind of stack everything up. They started out like a house on fire, and they've already had not 1, not 2, but 3 kids. And we're not even a month into the season. They've already had 3 kids get bumped up to AAA. So hats off to the dudes in AA. They're doing a good job. They're getting after it. And Patrick Bailey, Tyler Fitzgerald, and there's one other one. I forget which one it was, but they all got bumped up to AAA.
So the Giants, 4 losses in a row, Thrill. Last week we were on, and I think they had 4 in a row.
6 in a row. Now they're down 4 in a row.
What do you see out of this team? And they've dealt with some injuries lately.
Yeah. They've dealt with the injuries. We talked about it. They had some people they were waiting on to get back, and then bingo, they go to freaking Mexico City, and Yastrzemski and Crawford both go on a DL. So they brought up Wisely and this new guy, Colton Stevenson or somebody like that.
Really?
And
is he playing tonight? Yes, he is. Center field.
Yeah, hold the fort down until the boys can get back.
Holy shit, dude! Cal Stevenson from Fremont, California.
Another Bay Area guy.
Yeah,
I don't know what the deal is with Farhan. He's into the Bay Area guys. And look, I love it, but there's a lot of other places to play baseball besides the Bay Area. but we got a lot of dudes from the Bay Area that are in the organization.
Well, dude, honestly, the Giants have never really done that. And I think they missed a lot for years. And I think they're starting to make up for it now. But
Yeah.
they would have these guys playing in their backyards that would go on to be big league stars that they would lose. And I do think that you can't miss a guy in your backyard. And you know who's done that better than anybody? The Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
The Atlanta Braves have drilled.
You are right. You are right.
Talent.
They did. You're right. Hey, while we're talking about, the minor leagues, and then Trey and I are going to go see those guys and all that sort of stuff. Got a few dudes. Kudelli wants to know, and Carlos wants to know. Hunter Bishop, who's one of your partners.
Yeah.
All right. He is hurt. 60-day DL. The old Tommy John surgery.
I feel bad for that kid at this point, man.
Dude,
I really do.
He's literally. All right, what was he? 2018 or 2019 number 1 pick. Here we are, 23. So that's 4 or 5 years removed, and he ain't even had a high A ball yet, and he ain't played a full season.
He hasn't been healthy.
So I mean, hey, look, I hate to say it, but
oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh, Wisely just wore it in the face.
Uh-oh.
And Dubon got him.
I tell you what.
Back in the day, we would have had a rumble, huh?
Hey, no, I mean, I don't know about a rumble. That was actually a pretty decent play. You want to know the truth?
Yeah,
Wisely had nowhere to go.
Thrill.
Usually the cardinal rule is when somebody crosses the line, you hit the dirt. And Wisely just went in there standing up, and him and Dubon went head to head.
Dude, Dubon threw an elbow. Take another look. Just wait. I can't
Hey,
wait
it doesn't
for this
matter.
replay.
It doesn't matter. He's fucking out. Go back to the dugout.
Is he
All
out?
right, another one too is
Great bunt.
Oh, it was a good bunt.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! See him throw. He threw it out there to protect himself.
Yeah,
but you know what?
himself.
I'm doing? I'm getting low. I'm taking my left shoulder as a base runner, and I'm sticking it in his fucking ribs. That's what I'm doing.
All right, so here's the thing. Check this out. All right, so believe it or not,
do you see that?
Believe it or not, the play right there, if you're the first baseman, it's a push bunt or a pull bunt in his case.
Yeah.
The play is the second base, but he took forever to get to the ball. If you bust your ass, you got the guy out at second base on that bunt right there.
Here's Cal Stevenson, University of Arizona by way of Fremont, California. Looks like a little leprechaun. Fastball up.
All right, so he threw a breaking ball first pitch for a strike and fastball up for a ball. What's coming, Trey? That would be the old number
breaking
2.
Ball.
That would be the number 2.
There it is. I mean, dude, it's too easy, right? It's too easy.
We were talking about.
Think like a pitcher.
We were talking about that previous play right there, and I was watching the Astros play recently, like on Sunday, and I was on TV on ESPN, and I saw Kyle Tucker got hit in the head, and but he managed to stay in the game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he didn't go on a DL, but he took a dome ball.
When he was sliding, and he was like he was like sliding at second.
Oh, that's when he got kneed in the head.
I believe so.
Yeah. All right, I remember.
Maybe he had a glove to the face.
Oh, okay. All right.
And another guy just recently, yesterday to be in fact, it was Dansby Swanson. And,
he got.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
He got kicked in the head and he was bleeding, and they came and put a Band-Aid on him and all that.
Yeah.
Hey, another one too. Carlos brought up a guy that Trey and I will be seeing is Vaughn Brown, who, you and I. Oh, this is gonna be a tough play. Oh, he made it
no
actually real
problem.
good.
Hey,
Vaughn Brown is just a stud in the organization. He went from low A, high A. He went all the way to double A last year. He had some surgery this past off season. Was battling through it during spring training. Went kind of on a DL, and he's been in San Jose and just tearing the cover off the ball in San Jose. So by the time Trey and I go to Richmond, he'll be in Richmond. He's going to get bumped back up. So he's one of our studs. Put that name in your book, ladies and gentlemen. Vaughn Brown. He will be a big leaguer.
So I got another name in my book right here, and he just hit an absolute piss miss to the left field. Joey Bart. What's been up with Joey Bart? Only 39 at bats.
All right, so he got hurt not once but twice. He had everybody in the chat room knows. I mean, I don't know. I don't keep track of all these stupid ass injuries, but I mean, you know, you gotta take 4 or 5 days off, but not going to DL, that kind of shit. So I know he had a back and something else, and I don't know, whatever.
On another note, Gary Sanchez, who they signed to a minor league contract, had an out in his clause May 1st. He took the out. He's no longer with the Giants.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I knew that out was coming, and so I actually looked at the stats today. He was hitting a $145, and he had 60-something at bats, and so hey, look, it's his own fault. If you can't hit a $140 in AAA in the Pacific Coast League in the high altitude, your ass needs to go home. So check you later.
I'm not taking the out. I'm like, if you still want to play baseball, so long as the Giants are still willing to give me a shot.
But here's the thing. All right, let's say, all right, you know, I'm scuffling, yeah, and all that. But hey, guess what? If I get hot for like 2 weeks with our catcher situation we got right now, with Bart being hurt a few times, Sable's not an everyday catcher. Freaking dude, I can jump right in the middle of the lineup if I just freaking hang around. But he took the out, so check you later,
dude. It's actually really fucking stupid.
Yeah,
just like you said,
or as Eric Burns would like to say, yeah.
That's so true, dude. So there's a ground ball up the middle. They don't have the shift anymore, but they do allow the second baseman or shortstop to basically go all the way behind second base. And there was Wisely. I wonder if he has his wits about him after getting elbowed by Dubon.
Yeah. I tell you what, you know, here's another thing too. You know, you got DeSclafani on the mound. He's been throwing the ball well, dude. I mean, he's got a one hitter through 6 right now too. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from DeSclafani this year. Another guy, and Trey and I talked about this today, another guy who kind of snuck up on everybody this year is having a pretty decent year is Alex Cobb. After a slugfest down there in Mexico, you know, Cobb came in there and gave up, I think, 3 or 2 or something like that.
More importantly, so that's Craig Biggio and Jeff Bagwell. Give me some Biggio Bagwell stories.
Oh, God, the Killer Bees.
Yeah,
what a bunch of crazies. I love those guys. Those guys are awesome.
Good dudes, huh?
Good dudes. Good guys. Want to be around them. All that good stuff.
So you had to have some. I mean, you compete against these guys for a number of years. Was it? But they came after the early years. I mean, they were probably around 90-ish.
Yeah, they were in the 90s. But I mean, you know, Biggio came up as a catcher. Then he wound up being a center fielder. Then he wound up being a second baseman. You know, and then Bagwell came over in a trade from the Red Sox. Bagwell was one of the number 1 Red Sox farmhands, and Houston got him in a trade from the Red Sox.
Look at these guys. You know what Biggio reminds me of? And I think he could do the same thing. Alex Bregman.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just
from LSU.
Trey, not oversized guys, just great fucking baseball players. It's the best way to put it. It's like,
Yep.
what is Alex Bregman? He's a great baseball player. He plays third base. Dude, you can put the guy at shortstop. You can put the guy at second. You can put the guy at center field. You can put Alex Bregman behind the dish. I guarantee you, and he'll figure out how to catch in a week.
Yeah, no. And here's the thing. I mean, like I told you, I mean, Biggio is a Hall of Famer. They asked him to play 3 different positions. Not only did he play 3 different positions, he was a damn near an all-star at all 3 positions. So that just shows you what kind of athletes they were. And, Bagwell, had some monster years.
Monster years, dude.
Playing in the Astrodome, which was a piece of shit to hit in. I loved hitting in the Astrodome as a visiting player, but having to play 81 games there, Jesus Christ.
It's funny, because I felt the same way about Pac Bell, AT&T Park, now Oracle Park,
Right.
where I loved hitting there as a visiting player. Before they changed all the dimensions, I don't think I would have liked it as a home player. And so you think about what Barry Bonds did as a left-handed hitter in that ballpark. I don't care about 309 down the line. I mean, dude, that was the biggest fucking right field. The hardest place to leave in right field ever. Like, I remember seeing, I forget who it was, maybe Manny Ramirez go Oppo Taco there. And it was like the first time I'd ever seen anybody hit an opposite field home run to right field. And that's how you gauge it, dude. All lefty pull homers, right? You get them, they're going to go, whatever. But for a righty to go Oppo at AT&T, it's just so rare.
All right, so here's one for you. This was in the freaking heyday when the Giants were winning all the shit, right? Buster's behind the dish, and I forget, he's got a rookie second-year player, I forget who it was, out on the mound late in the game. Buster goes something away, he shakes, he goes something away, he shakes, he goes something away, he shakes, and then finally he went fastball in, the guy goes, yeah. And the fucking guy, the hitter goes, yard, winds up winning the ball game and all that sort of stuff. And so I went up to Buster after the game, and I go, what the fuck's going on? And he goes, what are you talking about? And I go, there is no fucking way in that situation you can call fastball in. You have got to have him beat us to freaking Triples Alley back there, which was 9,000 feet, And so Buster goes, he kept shaking me. I said, I don't give a fuck. I said, you're Buster Posey. You're the all-star. He's a second-year player. He can kiss your ass. Yeah. So anyway, needless to say, I leave Buster, and I walk straight over to the pitcher. I go, who the fuck you think you are? And he looks at me. I go, you motherfucker. I said, the first thing you do not do is call fastball in late in the game, you dumbass. I said, you have to be beat to the big part of the yard or the opposite field. I said, and it's 9,000 feet here in San Francisco. I said, what kind of fucking moron are you? And
so hold on, you told when did you do it?
Was it like that? I'm like,
was this right after the game?
Huh?
This was right after the game?
Right after the game. He's probably freaking drowning in his beer. Too bad. I'm gonna fucking pound on you while you're down.
Oh, good God. Yeah, I mean, if it's coming from, I take it from anybody, but I couldn't agree with you more. You have to make him beat you. It's a stupid fucking pitch. You have to make him beat you the other way. You have
two things. Common sense. You want to be beat the other way. You do not want to be beat pull side. That's first off. But then second off, you got a freaking all-star MVP, batting title winner, all that behind home plate. Dude, do not shake him. He knows what he's doing back there. He knows what he's doing better than you know what you're doing. Trust him.
So the other thing about Triples Alley was I remember the day when I hit for the cycle at AT&T Park. And The triple, believe it or not, should have been what was my second hit of the day, and it was a fucking missile to right center field. Off Kurt Reeder. Two-seam fastball down at which stayed on it. Bam. Dude, it hit that grass, and it just checked up, man. And it was only a double. Like, not only was it 421, but it was 421 with soft, thick grass.
Yeah.
It was hard to get it to that pitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it, bro. I get it.
Let's watch Jock Peterson's at bat. 1 ball, no strikes, runner at first base, top of the 7th, 1 out. You got a good look at it,
not
bro?
going the other way swing.
That's right down the dick. It's 99, but it's right down the dick. Like,
Right,
literally
that
down
right
the dick.
there is not I'm going the other way swing. That's not I'm gonna beat you against the shift that you're pulling on me. No, this is I'm pulling my freaking every oblique muscle possible and try to get this ball out of right field.
Oh, no.
So,
That's not even a strike either.
well, that's called not seeing the baseball tray.
Yeah,
Like, he
hard
never
to see a
saw the
baseball
fucking
when your
baseball.
front foot's in outside the batter's box.
Yeah.
He's not seeing it, man. Like, he's just
Yeah, I don't
guessing.
know what's
He's
wrong here, but
he's hoping. Now
our
he's
little,
fucked.
Our little thing won't let us see who the pitchers are.
Oh, where?
Hey, 1-2. What are the odds of Jock Peterson striking out right here? I'm going to say like 80, 90%.
Yeah, they got all kinds of shit. Might be another one in the dirt.
I could have said 100%. He's gone on 99 miles per hour. It's just when you swing at a ball and you miss by 3 feet, and he's already given you a center cut fastball at 99 that you couldn't catch up to, you have no chance. All due respect to Jock Peterson, because he's a fucking stud and I love him. He had no chance.
Yep.
All right, who's this? Conforto,
This is your boy right here.
Oregon State. I like Michael Conforto, man.
I like him. You know, he battles in there and all that, but he's had a rough go of it. He's only hitting 202.
Well, he was on the wrong trajectory when he was with the Mets. It's tough to say because that's a strike and he missed that by a foot. That's a strike and he missed it by a foot.
But he did the same thing Peterson did. He pulled off pretty bad. That's a change up running down the way, and you got your head out there in right field. You ain't gonna hit it.
Stanik's filthy. Is the roof open? The roof's got to be open. I feel like there's a little wind there.
What do you think? Think roof's open?
Yeah, it's got to be.
You know better.
Well, I recognize if the roof's open during the daytime.
Yeah.
In the early days when
Right.
this ballpark opened.
All right. So now what's coming? He threw a high fastball after he threw in 2 good changeups. What's coming now?
Breaking ball?
Nope. Changeup again.
Change it.
Another
Right.
changeup.
He threw him something high to
Bro.
set up this one, which is going to be down, right?
He's yes, 100%. Changeup, 100%. Nope,
He
fastball.
went high fastball, but
Every now and again, you're wrong, but I'm with you, Thrilled. I was
but guess
convinced.
what? Guess what? If you're looking, you still got fastball in back of your brain, so you can try to emergency hack it. But this is what 2-2 right here.
1 ball, 2 strikes,
Oh, okay.
2 outs. There's the changeup. It just wasn't a good one. He started
Okay.
it away.
All right, I'm betting $1,000 right here. This changeup.
You think he's going back to back changeup? No. Dude, for $1,000, I'm not sure I take that bet. For 100, I think fastball in. Fastball in.
You betting on the games and shit.
On DraftKings or FanDuel.
Yeah, that's what Mr. Eric bets on.
Yes, I do, Thrill. But watch this. 100 miles per hour off the knob. How does that feel?
Well, that's what you get for not seeing the ball first.
Bro, I mean, I don't know.
You get a foul tip.
Stanik's fucking filthy right now, though, bro. These guys don't have a chance. They're up 2-0. That's a good thing. That changeup is on.
Change up, ladies and gentlemen.
It's not gone. Oh, jeez. Okay. I was just saying.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's your change up. All right, look. and that's the kind of hitter I was. It didn't take me 1 or 2 pitches to get there, but it finally got there. All right, now I'm still looking for it. Oh, and by the way, I don't know, what was Bill Pull or whatever? There's 35, 33. What'd you swing? You swung a 34, 31?
34, 32.
34, 32. Oh, you had some thump too. So
Yeah.
so back in the day, we already talked about it, with ash as opposed to maple and birch and all that sort of shit.
This is birch right here.
Yeah, it's what?
It's birch. More Bats, another one of our sponsors, by the way.
Okay. Look at
Along with Marucci, because I know you own part of Marucci, don't you?
Yeah, I used to, and then they sold the company and paid us.
Dude, they killed it, man. Kurt Ainsworth. How about good? Is he still involved?
Yeah, he's involved. They got him running the day operations.
He's a fucking stud, man. I really like him. I haven't spent a ton of time around him, but good on him.
Yeah, so he was a stud at LSU, and so I knew him from then. And then he went to the Giants. I knew him with the Giants, and then got involved with him from Marucci. And matter of fact, we saw him about 2 weeks ago. I saw him, and he had just come back from making a trip, with the bats and all that sort of stuff. So,
how far away are you guys from Houston?
Exactly 4 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say not that far because I made the trip from Houston to New Orleans, and we went through Baton Rouge on the way, and we did that for the Super Bowl because we had no place to stay. All the hotels were sold out, and we rented an RV, and we literally stayed in a bus. We went to the Super Bowl in 2013.
Hey, another thing too, I got on the chat room before you got on here. Been feeling pretty good, and it just depends on Trey, what Trey wants to do. But next week, I'm thinking about jumping in the garage and taking a few hacks if everybody wants, to see a few things as far as like hand position.
Yeah.
And
bro, we haven't had it.
And all that. I mean, we can do all that crap next week.
I'd really like to get some drills from you. Just a couple, fun, easy ones.
That'd be good. Let's do that. And let's get some drills for some young kids that a lot of young kids can do, no problems.
Bregman fly ball to center field. Do you know Alex Bregman at all, Thrill?
I do not. I've never met him. I need to meet him. I know he's a big proponent
LSU guy.
He's an LSU dude, but he's a big proponent of autism, and so I need to meet him at some point or another.
Autism Awareness Night is when? Give me that date again.
That would be Friday, July 28th.
And then we're trying to get you.
your boy got him a double. The big Alvarez.
Oh yeah, Big Bird. I'm gonna call him Big Bird for now on.
That's what you call him.
Yeah,
you calling him Big Bird now.
Can we get a fucking replay? That's kind of weird.
We don't need to see the dugout.
Was Kapler just grabbing his ass? They were having a conversation. Kapler was grabbing his ass. But a conversation. Like, I'm going to pat you on the ass. I'm not going to grab your ass.
Hey, it's double secret probation. We're up by 2 runs, and there's a man on second, 1 out. What are we going to do? How about get the fucking next guy out? There we go. How about that common sense conversation?
You're not going to fuck with these Sclafani. How's that sound? He has 85 pitches. Don't fuck with him. If you want to get your bullpen going a little bit, that's fine. But don't fuck with him, right? The guy hasn't given up shit.
Oh,
that's filthy, man. That's 87.
Hey, he's got great shit going right now. Look, hey, he gave up a knock. Okay, he gave up a knock, but you don't fucking panic right here. You don't have 85 guys in the going in the coaching room. Oh yeah, get him up. We don't need him. We need somebody up.
Andrew Bailey's on the phone. You got the lefty with the thick ass mustache. Who is that?
That's Alexander.
0-1 pitch to Abreu.
Oh, he just missed it. Damn.
He fucked that up, actually. You know why? It came back. I don't think he thought he had a shot at it.
Yeah,
so he kind of was just running over there.
Back on him.
So in right field, this is good knowledge for all the people. Like, so if I'm a right fielder and I'm running towards the line, imagine the ball's coming this way, right? And it's coming towards the line. When a righty hits it, it actually comes back. Like it comes back for a catcher. That's why catchers turn around. So when a righty hits it, it slices foul, and then that spin eventually brings it back here. And so you got to face that way to catch it. That's 93 off the plate outside. A dangerous situation right now for the Giants, though, Thrill. Right? 1 out. You're going through the middle of their lineup. You got Bregman out. Abreu's an RBI machine. I don't know how he's doing this year.
Another breaking ball away. Hey, came in.
Fastball, good, just well located. That's 93. It's not 99. It doesn't have to be 99. Yeah. But you see how well that located that is?
But here's the thing. You know, when you are looking, breaking ball, away, you can foul off 93, 94, all that sort of stuff. 100, 99 is a little different. Ooh. Oh, Jesus, that was center cut.
Mistake.
He hit a freaking P-rod right at the center fielder.
Hey, he had a good swing, but it's nice line drive to center field. You come back to take out, guys are gonna be like, way to swing it.
Yeah,
I know it sounds weird. I'd almost say like
Bailey's. So Bailey's on the phone again. What the fuck do you got to say again? You either got this guy up or you got nobody else up. One or the other. It's like fucking mass pandemonium down there.
Well, that was the decision, and oh shit! Now Tucker to deep left field. That's an out.
Yep, right at him. 3 outs.
That's our guy Sable. How about Sable? We were on last week, and then Sable came up with a walk-off.
Yeah, how about him? And we even said that. Oh, let's bring that one back up. That right there, we said, you and I, we even talking about that late in the game. Do not go down and in to a lefty. Do not go down and in to a lefty. What Sable get? Freaking breaking ball down and in. Whack. Game winner. Guess what happened? Three other games that night all had walk-offs, all lefties, all down and in breaking balls. Every one of them. I was like, Bernsey and I were just talking about this on the show. I'm like, how the hell did they do that crap?
Well, dude.
Right?
I mean, that you made your living off shit like that, dude. Like, that's a lefty natural swing. It comes right into their happy zone.
Yeah, but you don't do it late in the game.
Well, you're not trying.
If you come in on a left-hander, it has to be off the plate or it has to be a breaking ball biting down by his back foot. You cannot leave something mid-thigh high down and into a lefty. You're going to get pummeled.
I 100% agree. Why is that? Is it the natural swing trajectory?
Yeah, that thing.
Whatever.
Sponsors this show, ladies and gentlemen.
818 Tequila. This is a proper plug. Dude, hey, man, I got to tell you, and I'm serious about this. We're not getting paid any fucking money to do this show. We're not. Like, we have not, well, look, this is not, we have no advertising revenue for this show yet. We do have 818 Tequila. We're getting all sorts of free shit. And everyone's like, hey, plug our stuff, right? This show is now doing fucking such insane numbers that 818 Tequila and others are now wanting to jump into the fray, Thrill. They're loving the content. Most importantly, probably from their perspective, they're loving the impressions. So Joe has a conversation with these guys all next week. And by the way, there's a tip button out there. If you want to contribute to the Deuces Wild slush fund, that will go directly to strippers and alcohol, and that's it. Right? Well, look, that's the only, if you hit the tip button, that's where that money's going. Strippers and alcohol. So, on that note, go ahead and feel free to donate.
I can't believe Tara let you get away saying that shit. I can't. believe it.
She doesn't watch the fucking show, dude.
Hey,
She
you know
comes
what?
on every
You know
day,
what?
unless she's in the
Seriously,
chat.
Seriously though, look. I mean, look. You and I mean, we got the filter hats, the filter shirts. You know, you got the filter, gas station attendant shirts. Dude, you need to open up a filter
Store.
shop, because some of the people in the chat room early on, we're way past it, but early on we're like, how do you get a no filter hat? How do you get a no filter shirt? All that sort of shit. So it wouldn't be a bad thing to sell a little merchandise. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, it's coming. You know what's even better? You want to take it a step further? Because this is the next shirt we're gonna make. Deuces Wild. Hold on. I'm going to yell down at my wife. Let's see if she can. Hold on.
Hey,
honey!
What's on Smell-O-Vision?
Throw wants to know what's on Smell-O-Vision. He wants to know why you're not watching the show. Dude, bro, she just said like chicken, sunrise tomato. Like it just got really complicated. And then we're also requesting Deuces Wild merchandise.
Great. Smell it.
All right. Of all our conversations, that was one of them.
Hey, do me a favor. Give me a Jack and Sprite or Jack and 7-Up.
Okay. Absolutely.
Half and half.
Yeah. You gonna get anything, or you good?
I think I'm good.
All right.
So here he
is. That's the great part about a 35-33 Marucci. It turns from being a baseball bat into air guitar, ladies and gentlemen. We have Metallica playing right now.
That's big. Austin Slater getting caught stealing.
And don't even tell me, all you frickers in the chat room, don't play a little air guitar or air drums or anything like that. I know y'all better than that.
Thrill, what kind of music do you listen to?
I am a classic rocker, bro. I am all there. Boston, Van Halen, Led Zeppelin, Aerosmith, all of that. And then when I need to mellow out a little bit, I'm a country dude. So,
question for you.
Yep.
If you go to this breakfast spot in Savannah, Georgia,
oh God,
they ask you they don't give you a number, they don't ask your name. They ask you, what was the first concert that you went to? And yours was?
They called it AC/DC.
Sable down on strikes. He's walking back. Was that your first concert, AC/DC?
AC/DC.
Seriously?
Down here in New Orleans. And people would say, you know, hey, Thrill, what was your walk-up song? Well, shit, we didn't have walk-up song back then. But I mean, there were two songs that kind of stuck out for me. One of them, because back in the day when I was at Mississippi State, they called me and Raphael Thunder and Lightning. So it had either been AC/DC Thunderstruck, or as my buddy right there would know about AC/DC, the other one would be Shoot the Thrill, baby. Shoot the Thrill.
But dude, you know they have another one.
Hey, look, my son is starting to be a bartender now. Look at him go.
Trey, that looks like a stiff pour, man.
He did a good job right there. Give me some.
Yeah.
Hey, I have a question for you, Christian. The other one that they have, and I always use it as promo for the show, is Deuces Are Wild. You got to listen to AC/DC Deuces Are Wild. It's cool, man.
That'd be good.
It's really good. So, yeah, AC/DC. Now, Trey, have you been to a concert?
I haven't been to an AC/DC concert or
just any concert.
Any concert, but there was one time in 2012 that we were in like a La Berger in
we saw Chicago.
Oh yeah, I saw Chicago.
Trey was rocking out to Chicago.
It was out. another one that was outdoors.
And what was the other one that was outdoors? You remember that one? Remember the name of the band?
No, I don't.
Because I remember Chicago. Chicago was dynamite.
Yeah.
All right, I forget who the other band was.
Yeah, dude. One of my first concerts actually was Chicago. It's debatable, but I'm pretty sure. So my dad took me to see the Beach Boys way back when at the Circle Star Amphitheater. Do you remember that? Circle Star right off of 101?
Circle Star was freaking awesome, dude.
Oh, fuck. Nobody knows about the Circle Star, dude. Nobody knows. So the stage, it was, like 4,000 tops, and the stage would rotate around. So you got that, like, the band's not facing, you're not looking at the band's back the whole time.
Hey, your wife's talking shit about you. She said you were all over Michael Jackson.
That's true. I call it. Hold on a second. Michael Jackson. There were a couple things going on there. Did I have one white glove? Yes. Did I have the Thriller jacket? Of course, I had the Thriller jacket. Did I call 411 and say, Los Angeles, California, please, Michael Jackson? Yes, I did all of the above. Obsessed? Sure. Stalker? Borderline.
Borderline. He was a borderline Michael Jackson.
The first tape.
Hey, what was for freaking Smell-O-Vision? We still ain't figured that one out yet.
Two cent chicken and something else. Anyway, let's go back.
Come on, Tara, fork it over.
Thrill, the first tape that I've ever owned, like a cassette tape, and I was just listening to it on repeat. I take on one side, and you have to take it out, and you have to turn it over, and you have to put it on the other side. Was Alabama? Roll on.
Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Roll on it. Roll on highway. Roll on.
Nice.
Right.
Hey,
I
was a smidge before that. I was in the 8-track tape type of stuff.
Yeah, you were 10 years before.
It was ugly, dude. I mean, if put it this way, if you missed a few words in the song and you need to figure it out, you had to go through the whole fucking album all over again.
Oh god.
DeSclafani's gonna fucking shut him out, man. He looks filthy. He's at 96 pitches. What do you let him go to? What's your number?
Me?
Yeah.
I'd let him go till he freaking puts it in a position where he's going to get a loss. In the meantime, I mean, he's got a 2-hitter through the bottom of 8. His shit's moving all over the place, and nobody's giving a good swing off of him. Let him roll. There he goes. Foul ball. Strike one.
And the danger is you take him out.
Yeah.
Corey Jolt.
Hey, I tell you what, we got back to music.
Oh, shit. That's going to be an out.
Wow.
I thought he got him.
No. So we're back in the music end of things. Nora just jumped in there. Dude, Garth Brooks played down here. What was that, last year?
Yeah, last year.
It was last year.
Yeah.
And, they got that song Calling Baton Rouge and all that. I mean, he packed like 150,000 into LSU Tiger Stadium down here. It was a freaking zoo down there last year.
Operator, why don't you put me on through? I guess I love down at Baton Rouge. Hurry up, just put her on line. I got to talk to my girl just one more time.
Yep.
God, so good. So good. So the roof's open now. It's fucking raining.
Raining?
With the roof open.
Look, that works even better with the ball sinking in on his ass.
I hear my wife's footsteps marching up.
She's on a chat room all of a sudden, and she's talking about you never brought her to a concert. You might need to bring her to a concert.
We've never gone to a concert. Hold on. I'm going to take this off my headset so she could tell this embarrassing story. It's so bad.
Come on, Tara. Tell a story. Come on.
She's going to tell it. Hold on. Let me just get to default. And go here, default. Okay. So, dude, we were big supporters of Garth Brooks' Teammates for Kids.
They had a screw up.
He fell.
What happened?
He slipped going around first. That was the
He
display.
had a swinging bun or something, and Deuce Wild threw it wild.
Okay, so back to the important shit, dude.
All right.
Whatever. So I a big supporter of Teammates for Kids. I mean, I don't say big supporter. I was like $1,000 per home run, right? But dude, I mean, I hit 20 that year. We go to Vegas, Las Vegas. We got a hotel room. I think it might have been a suite. You get a Garth Brooks private concert, 200 people. You have to be a certain level of a Garth Brooks donor, Teammates for Kids. And we go to this concert. You got to turn your phone off. I can hear myself. So we go to the Garth Brooks Teammates for Kids and literally end up back in Garth's suite. But before that, imagine 200 people sitting around enjoying a private concert. It's not a concert, right? This isn't screaming and yelling, this and that. And it's just it's an intimate evening with Garth Brooks is the best way to put it. Well, somehow, some way, my wife decides she's at a fucking AC/DC concert, bro, because she's like, woo! Woo! I'm like, oh, fuck.
No. I know every word to every song he has ever sung. And I had my shit kickers on, and he brings the piano, and he's singing gospel, and everybody's in there like golf clapping. And I'm like, yeah, we're going now. No entertainer. The quality of Garth Brooks was to see everybody golf clapping. Yay! Rodeo.
Hey, if he was in the South, it would be deafening how freaking loud it'd be.
This was a bunch of stuffy guys. Jay Leno was there. Trisha Yearwood popped in. The dude got out. He brought a piano, sang gospel for like 45 minutes, acoustic. They sang together. It was amazing. And I couldn't sit down the whole time. I had to sing every lyric. And Eric sat there like this. The whole time. He was mortified. So we haven't been to a concert together. Well, no, we took the kids to Luke Bryan,
Tahoe.
but it was outdoor, like rodeo.
Oh, Luke had to be good, man. I mean,
so good.
that had to be a good concert there.
He was good. I will tell you this. He was absolutely fucking shithouse, man. He's like, and he wasn't even shy about it. He's like, yo, I was out there on the lake today. Man, it's a beautiful lake. Look, 18 beers deep, but who gives a fuck? Let's have some fun. I couldn't believe, because I guess if you're going to own it and you're going to say, excuse me, if you're going to show up and have the cocktails, you might as well just share that you have the cocktails the same way we do here with the tequila. Hey, and this is a little bit of an alibi where if shit gets off the rails, we can always point back to one tequila.
Hey, look, Tara, you can smell-o-vision a little of the 818 in there. You can.
So good. I've got some Chardonnay and the Penne with sun-dried.
Oh, Penne with sun-dried.
Garlic sauce. I'm going to go burn it.
What happened to tacos? Like simple Taco Tuesday. What?
Trey, what did we go with tonight? What do we have tonight?
We had chicken thighs.
Hey, Trey, come here. Come here.
We had chicken thighs tonight.
Trey.
He gone.
Come back up here.
So, all right, where are we at in the chat room?
It smells like fire.
Oh, Kiss. Oh, geez. Bill jumped in there with Kiss back in the day.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley and all that, huh?
Trey, what kind of music do you listen to?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, and then every now and then you bump it up a little bit.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes he drops a little octane on me, which is...
That's like, hey, bro, that's heavy shit, man, huh?
Yeah, it gets a little heavy.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
But every now and then, you don't do it all the time, but every now and then.
You guys need to build a cage. Do you have space for a cage?
Do we have space for a cage in the backyard?
Full length.
You think?
I believe so.
You think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a big ass backyard.
What the fuck are we doing?
Well, I'm not playing. He is playing. I throw batting practice to him freaking 3 times a week. So why the fuck we need a cage?
Where do you guys go?
One of our partners, he has a hitting facility, and I got free reign.
So you're the one that throws BP? You throw a good BP?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I would make your what is it? L what P T?
LTP, let them play.
Let them yeah.
Yeah.
LTP.
Yeah.
Dude, those guys would get a freaking nut hitting off of me. I'd
Really?
lay it right in there and they could hit it as far as they wanted to hit it.
That, you know what's funny? I could see that, just like nice
Yeah.
touch.
And so here's the thing. So now Trey and I getting ready to go into Richmond, all right, and it's going to be probably maybe a month and a half into the season when we get there, and the coaching staff will be kind of sucking up a little bit, but I'll tell them, look, is there a left-hander going this series? And they'll go, yeah, it'll be on day 2 or 3. I'm like, all right, I'll throw BP to everybody. They're like, what? I go, I'll throw BP to everybody because you got a lefty going. All y'all are right-handers. And I throw BP to the whole freaking lineup, reserves, everything.
So you could throw to the whole group.
Oh yeah.
Multiple.
I can throw probably, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour straight.
Huh. Yeah, so I throw, but I throw tennis balls and I throw them at 80 miles per hour. Like I throw absolute fucking
you told me that. You told me that.
And that's how I learned how to play the game. That's how these kids learn. I actually, because I only throw for about 40 feet, so I probably keep it it's the low 70s really. But it's coming on you and it's quick. But if I don't throw it with that much velocity, like if you tell me to like back off at all, I can't do it, dude.
Yeah, no.
All of a sudden,
So my big thing is I'll go up to the manager and I'll go up to the hitting instructor. I'm like, what are these dudes gonna see today? They're gonna see a lot of away, a lot of in, and they'll let me know, and that's what I'll throw in BP. Because I mean, like you said, you're throwing from 40 feet. From 40 feet, I can get it exactly where you need it. So
is DeSclafani done, you think? I mean, he's 106 pitches. There's no way they're running him out there, are they?
No,
I hope they do.
I hope they do too.
I hope they do. I mean, nobody's even fucking touched him. He's given up fucking 3 hits and 2 of them are doinks.
Yeah. Here's Cal Stevenson once again by way of Fremont, California, and then University of Arizona. Dude, it's inspiring to see these local guys.
Are you good or what?
Yeah.
You enjoy
Trey, you wrote it out the whole show, bro. Good job.
What's that now?
We're just about done, but now it's like, dude, can we really lead? I kind of want to see what happens in the ninth.
No, we ain't going nowhere. We'll finish it up.
Yeah.
Since Tara's working on smell-o-vision.
And she burnt it, so she might have to go plan B, man. I mean, it literally, honestly, downstairs smelled like it was a fucking forest fire. There was shit burning everywhere, man. Dude, smoke, like billows of smoke are rising up. I'm at the top of the house here. I want to show you something before we leave, too. I got a brand new toy, and you could kind of see it, but not really. It's right here. And it's the asterisk. And bro, it's so cool. And I forgot I ordered it. I got off a show with you one night, and we were talking about probably you hitting the first Duke off Nolan Ryan. And I got this nostalgia feeling of sitting in my mom's Mercedes wagon for kids station wagon, driving down the 101, coming back from Malibu Grand Prix, and going to my Little League game when you hit it. And it's always been a special place in my heart because I was also fascinated with 2 things. Number one, the fact that it was a dome. And back then, there just weren't really any domes. And number two, I'm just a big time lover of this.
You hate that, don't you? Trey hates the sunshine unis.
No.
Bro, Trey, you're wearing a Sunshine Uni freaking cutoff sleeve tee, bro. You might as well embrace it. So, you remember Malibu Grand Prix throw in Redwood City?
You know what? I do, but I never, played it or anything. But I remember it hitting the market and all that.
Yeah, so they had the batting cages there, and they had the race cars right off the 101. And they just tore that shit down, like just recently.
How long ago?
Yeah, not more than a couple years ago.
All right.
Wait, where?
It was like a low you can drive and stuff like that. Like
Arcade games too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Arcade games, the whole bit, man.
It had everything. It had arcade games, you can go in there and play.
Yeah.
It had everything.
Wow.
It was really pretty cool.
Yes, it would.
Thrill. So how was the Astrodome locker rooms?
Oh, terrible. They look like freaking cattle stalls.
Come on.
It's like they put Bessie over there and put old Blue over there and kind of go from there. And then
All right.
you had to walk down out of the clubhouse. You had to walk down to a shall we say a landing, and you had a board, like a plank board run that you had to go through to get to the dugout, and you had to like beat the rats over the top of the board.
Seriously?
Yep, it was pretty awesome.
By
Pretty
the way,
unbelievable.
I mean, this is kind of cool. I'm not sure if you can see what's going on here. I think I'm gonna do a show like this next time. And here's a Mevo camera. So
No, I got the camera. It came out great, man.
there's the
And
Astrodome.
look, you even got a Polaroid on top of that thing. Look, Trey, you take a picture with the Polaroid, you go like this, you go, and then you go, buzz, and then you have to wait like 30 seconds, and the image would come out.
Oh,
And then it comes out, and we have physical fucking photo.
What
5
seconds?
seconds.
No, it was like 30 seconds. It wasn't no 5 seconds.
Not 5, but yeah. I mean, it took a little bit, and then you had to blow on it and
No, yeah.
to
Had to blow on it, or you had to take your hand and wave your hand over. It was hysterical.
That's a real Polaroid. So,
Dude, that came out nice, man. That's nice.
so I'm gonna take you guys a tour, like just right here. I mean,
Yeah,
This is
yeah,
what's
speaking
going
of
on here.
boards, did
this is
you
where the tequila is. This is
did
where
did you watch the game between the Padres and Giants 16-11?
I did not watch it, but the whole Mexico City thing was an absolute joke. Giants
It was, wasn't it?
This is a joke. I mean, I love it because you're going out for a couple games, and I think baseball, needs to be something like that. I didn't realize Mexico City was that high. I had no idea.
How about the fact that Crawford is way out in front of a freaking breaking ball, hooks it down the line. They can't make up their mind. Finally, they rule it a foul ball.
That was
And then-
fucking fair. It was bullshit.
And then they throw him a breaking ball next pitch. He smacks it. Yeah, he smacked it pretty good, but all of a sudden it goes 482. Come on, dude.
485. I created
482 is almost at the fucking stadium. Come on, really? And it was 482 the other way. What?
Hey, real quick, because I don't want to. I realize if I'm holding this, like, it's probably gonna get people sick. But here we are. Like, this is Studio 22. Like, legit. This is what it's called. So there's all the jerseys, and they're football and baseball. There's probably 50 of them at least. I have more downstairs too, but they're all these authentic, cool throwbacks. Jim's man cave. So my dad, Thrill, when he was still alive, he had, like, the last thing he did, he built his man cave. It was sick, man. And he had this sign out in front of the man cave. And so he passed away shortly thereafter, but I've kept the sign. And then here is the bananas. So on top of the Astrodome thing I just got, then I put the Polaroid up there. It's the nostalgia of it. You have the Daily Hustle books. That's my UCLA helmet. These crazy shoes that I used to wear on MLB Network. And then the Savannah Banana helmet with the shoes, with the batting gloves. But wait, there's more because there's the Let Them Play Yoda. Yeah, look at our helmets. Those are the fucking best helmets ever. That's a pocket didgeridoo. That's an 818 empty tequila because we pound tequila here on this show. There's your jersey, bro. Right next to the other Deuces Wild jersey. Oakland 50th anniversary team tucked in the back. Of course, we have Joe Boo. We have a picture with Bob Uecker. You have 1987 Topps cards along with 1989 Donruss. 2 Emmy Awards in the back. Hopefully you guys can see there. And then here is the Daily Hustle stuff in the morning where we got the Daily Hustle sign. You have, probably one of the greatest pictures ever. Don Beebe getting the ball from Leon Lett in the Super Bowl when they were getting their ass kicked. A total meaningless play to most, a life-changing play to me. You know what that play said? Don't ever fucking give up.
There you go, right there.
American flag from that flag actually flew over the Pat Tillman base in Afghanistan, and it was Northpaw who brought that flag home from Afghanistan before they shut down the Pat Tillman base. And then you have Theodore Roosevelt bobblehead, speak softly, don't carry a big stick, or do carry a big stick. Mike Krukow bobblehead, Ray Fosse, who passed away, Vince Scully obviously passed away, both of those recently. Bob Costas signed baseball. And then this right here, Thrill, I'm going to end it with this because as I put you guys back on the thing, we bring it back normal. When I was a kid, let's call it 3rd, 4th grade, I had this crazy obsession. And the obsession was actually
not sniffing glue.
No, rubber cement.
Rubber what?
Rubber cement.
Rubber cement.
It's some kind of high, bro. Like look, Trey, don't do drugs, but if you want to sniff a little rubber cement every now and again,
no,
that would be enough.
I'd highly recommend it.
Look, he's out in fucking left field. No, we ain't doing that bullshit.
Dude, how about this? It's just a little. It's the nostalgia that it brings. It reminds me of,
you want to sniff something? Sniff some Jack Daniels, God damn it. You little bastard.
Rubber cement. So, there you go. That's a tour.
Everybody in the chat room, that just shows you right there. Your host is a little off kilter.
I think I'm totally fucking normal, man. I think everyone else is fucked up, but dude, I got my shit.
Hey, look, Trey's bringing me drinks, so I'm having a ball right here.
Trey,
yeah.
How's life, dude? Are you still at the supermarket?
Yes, sir, I am.
I love that. What's your favorite part of your job?
He works on Wednesdays and Sundays, but now since he's got, Sunday games, he ain't working Sundays. He's playing.
Yeah, and the playoffs start.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Tell him.
Yeah. If we win one game, then we play another one the same day.
Yeah.
And if we don't win that game, it's over.
So they got like a single elimination coming up, and so they're gonna play on 11 a.m. on Sunday. If they win, then they play another game. If they win that, then they move on and play in the championship game. So we'll see.
Yeah.
How is your team?
Oh, we finished the regular season 7-5.
Good.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you guys
So
gotta
they
the whole
so
fucking thing.
so you would think, you'd think, all right, 18 and over, beer drinking league, dude, they got some dudes out there that can play. Like Trey's got a guy that he's 40, but he played, in A ball with the Braves, and there's another guy that's probably 32. He played in A ball with the Mariners. I mean, some of these guys can play a little bit,
Yes, they can.
Well, here's the thing, and I can really attest to this. As Camilo Duvall comes into the game for
Oh,
the
so
Giants.
they brought Duvall in?
Yeah, Duvall's in to try to close it out, and Mauricio Dubon is trying to ruin the plans of the Giants. This would be a nice win for the Giants.
Yeah.
But,
Ladder.
anyhow, if you play baseball, and this is what I learned last year with the Bananas, you're going to be good. And I know we all want to use age as an excuse. Do we slow down? Roll over, ground ball, third base, see ya. The thing is that if you stop training, like the slowdown is going to be immense. But if you're always playing, right? So I'll just make the argument, like, look, you had statistically, even if now it was a shorter sample size, your best year was at 30, like one of your best years was at 30 fucking 6, Thrill. Think about that. Right?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. You're right.
But you were playing baseball.
Yeah.
Once you stop playing, if you told me you took 37 and 38 off and tried to come back at 39, I'd be like, dude, you're done.
Yeah, right. Right. I get it. Yeah.
We're only as good as what we train. So if you were
Yeah.
if you were minor league talent back in the day, so it's professional talent, and all of a sudden, you're like, dude, I'm going to pick this back up again. I felt this last year with the Bananas, where it's like, dude, if you give me 3 at-bats a night and I'm doing this regularly, like I'm gonna become good again. I'm 47, dude. Like I get it. Like I'm gonna have to get going a little earlier. There's little things I got to do that just aren't quite there. But the more you train the quick twitch, even the pop, I didn't lift a fucking weight, but my power came back. And all of a sudden I was hitting nukes that were going fucking 400 feet. So,
but here's the thing. You even just said it right there. It's like when you play every day, the little deals that you got to do to kind of cheat a little bit,
Yeah.
And that's what you and I know that the modern day player doesn't know. And when I show up in AA Richmond or single A Eugene, that's what I'm trying to pass on.
Oh, that second pitch that Duvall tossed was a 101 mile per hour cutter.
It was a 101 mile an hour cutter.
Yeah,
He just got off on the side of a fastball. He wasn't trying to throw no cutter that hard.
So here's Alex Bregman. He hasn't looked great tonight, but he's one of my favorite.
So they had a little team meeting right here, and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna set up down the middle, throw it right down the middle. We're up 2-0. Here we go."
That's what they should have said. Yep, that's what they did.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I set up right down the middle here. Hit me in the middle of
There it
the
is.
chest pads.
Bregman hit it hard too. He did his job, but
Hey, look, he did his job, but hey, we all make 7 out of 10 outs.
real nice play.
Who we got coming up here?
Jordan Alvarez. So that's how big that out was, because Alvarez, I don't want to face this guy with somebody on right now up 2-0.
No, but here's another time. Nothing's on the line. Here, hit this son of a bitch. Throw it right down the middle. Boom.
So 1-0, now he's 2-0. Just throw it down the fucking middle. I totally agree with you.
Throw it right down the middle. Here, see how far you can hit it. And if you pop it up, oh, we win.
Got her coming.
Two
No,
balls,
it should be a
no
straight
strikes.
fastball.
Should be a fastball right down the middle. It was.
There it is. Woohoo! What are you gonna throw right here? Another one. Here, here, hit 100, and pop it straight up.
I like the close stance on the pitchers. He throws a fucking slider. But whatever.
He threw a slider?
Yes,
No.
he did.
No.
So now we got 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 9th inning, Giants up 2-0, and slider down. 3 balls.
Slider. Why are you going to throw a slider when you throw 100 miles an hour?
I know.
Because you're a fucking buffoon, dude.
Ray.
It's not. It's a horse shit pitch calling. I don't know where it's coming from.
It is horseshit pitch calling.
I don't know who the
It
fuck
is
this guy
horseshit.
It's terrible, dude.
Oh, and now.
Like, what do we throw a fucking fastball down the fucking middle? Gosh damn it, dude.
Hey, and don't think I won't be texting Joey Bart here in a little bit. What the fuck were you thinking?
Up 2-0. He hits a homer. Nobody gives a shit.
Guess what? Nobody cares.
Nobody. Thank you,
We
Trey.
got the next hitter up, and we got all kinds of pitches with him.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
Somebody throw 100-mile-an-hour fastball, please.
Well, he set it up.
There you go.
Finding a shot.
Don't. You just went out to the mound. What are you stepping off for, dumbass?
1 down the fucking middle. Thank you. God. Oh, fuck me.
Oh, we got timeout. Wait. Here we go. We got another conversation.
You did it.
Hey, excuse me.
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, now we got the manager coming up there.
What's going on there?
What the fuck is happening?
Fastball down the middle. Wake the fuck up.
You're up by 2. You're up by 2.
One.
One.
Looks like they had some communication problems.
Oh, Bart's got the ass right now. Oh, don't think we're gonna be texting him tonight going, what the fuck was going on?
It wasn't that hard. Is it really that hard?
Seriously, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, strike 3. The fuck are you looking for?
I mean,
Oh my God, Trey.
Hey,
that was exhausting. Exhausting.
Hey, Mr. Burns. Hey, thanks for letting me on the show tonight.
Trey, you can come on every show and stay on the entire time, and we'll call it.
Awesome, man.
Hey,
Thanks.
All right.
Trey, we'll call it the 3 Amigos, dude. I mean,
Okay.
it's-
3 amigos. Look at you.
Oh, sorry about that.
all right. No, bro,
How hard was that? How hard was that?
I'm fired up.
Seriously. I mean, you're throwing 100 miles an hour. All right? Let's just make common sense of this. You're throwing 100 miles an hour. You're blowing 2 fastballs right by the guy. You're up by 2. He has to put the ball in play. Why don't we throw a fastball? What's the big mystery here? And
I can't wait for you to text Joey Bart and let me know what he says, because he actually went so far as to do this that nobody does anymore. 1 down the middle.
yeah.
1.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of, and well, I can't think of it because I know it's true, but I can't let you guys know, but I'm going to let you know. He's dealing with a fucking moron out there. And so he's trying to babysit him and make Kapler look good. And all right, fastball, yeah, 1 here, but shit happens.
Yeah, we do that. I don't know the dynamics of what was going on, because how does it work? Because the catcher's got the earpiece in, they're telling him what to throw, and then is that relayed through the ear to the pitcher too? Do they have something in their ear?
So when the pitch comes through, it goes to the catcher, and in the pitcher, and it also goes to the shortstop. Shortstop has one too. And then when you go agreed, then it kind of gets blown out to everybody.
Okay. All right. Anyway,
But in
that
my
was fun.
leagues,
It actually
it's
made what
just
was
a
like
catcher and
not,
pitcher.
yeah, well, it made what was not like the most exciting game in the world to really exciting at the end because we got all fired up.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I mean, you go on the road, ex World Series champions and split. I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, after leaving Mexico and not having played real well, and to split, that's kind of a good thing. DeSclafani fucking dominated. He dominated, and we need more pitching performances like this
Yeah.
moving forward.
Thrill, I forgot to let everybody on, man.
Don't worry about it.
I know. I got my wife yelling at me downstairs. I'm sorry I didn't get to you guys. I honestly, I just kind of blanked, and we were focused on.
Hey, look, we had a lot of crap going on.
Yeah.
We'll do it next week.
Yeah, we'll do it next week, dude. Great shit as always. That was fun. Tell Trey, thank you very much.
No, pleasure. And next week I'm gonna hook it up. We're gonna go outside. We'll be in the garage. We'll take some swings. Everybody that's in the audience, you got fucking questions? Ask. If not, fuck you. Y'all are all by yourselves.
And bring a friend, otherwise fuck you too.
That too.
Don't be afraid to spread
And remember, 818 to kill ya.
Here it is, our proud sponsor of Deuces Wild. 1.5 million views again last week. This show's fucking blowing up. Share everything through social. I love you guys. Our core group is here. I don't give a shit if we have 10 people on here or we have fucking 10,000. The fact that we're reaching millions at this point is pretty cool.
Hey, you know what? Our core group is so freaking solid.
Yes.
It's unbelievable. And it just needs to expand from there. You know what I mean? Look, you guys know. I mean, look, and I'm preaching to the choir here. All of you guys in our core group, y'all got a bunch of friends. Bring them on. Come on, bring them on. We having fun. You know that.
Thrill always gets excited and he gets all fired up when we got new people on here. So yeah, definitely tell a friend about it. Bring them on, and I'll see you next week. Thrill, good shit, man.
Hey, in the meantime, sayonara, and hey, Eric Burns.
See ya.